we've done well because I had certain things I wanted us to talk about, and we've spoken about those things.
Yeah.
So now, obviously, when I was telling you why you're on the pod, I mentioned the transition.
Yes.
Broski, the transition you lot have made is sensational.
I know.
Like, because the streetwear space is so big, that it's almost got like different pockets of it. For one, nobody can put a definition on what streetwear is, right?
Yeah.
Like a pinpoint one. And because of that, there's no way to say this is a streetwear brand and this isn't. But the reason I bring it up like that is because FullyPaid is a streetwear brand, but then I wouldn't necessarily liken you to this next streetwear brand. You get what I'm saying? So there was a point where I saw FullyPaid as like a streetwear brand, but it was almost like a street brand.
Yeah.
If you get the point I'm trying to make, rather than like streetwear. Now, I feel like over the years, you guys have been building up and positioning yourself to almost like, it seems as though you're heading towards like the luxury streetwear space where you lot are designing things that nobody could have imagined you were designing before. And for me, I really want to speak about how purposeful this was and like how you've kind of gone about doing it. So you can start from wherever you want.
I mean, like, obviously, you obviously looked at the brand, you're into fashion, so what the brand looks like now wasn't like that 6 months ago. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And it's a change that I wasn't, it wasn't a change that I was going to do, etc., stuff like that, a couple months back, but it's something that was lingering in my head for a while, because obviously based on what I wear and stuff like that, obviously I wear FullyPaid predominantly all the time, but I'm saying in general, like, so, I mean, it was a transition that I always wanted to do, but I was thinking, all right, cool, when is it the best time to kind of do that? And I think we got the timing on point. I think it was perfect timing to make a change into what we was doing, clothing-wise, selling and stuff like that. And it wasn't easy at first, because obviously, again, we have a big customer base, but some customers are only used to what they're used to. So when you're doing change, you might lose one, or you might lose a few customers here and there, but then you're gonna gain a new bunch of customers, which is also a good thing as well. And also people that might not have bought the brand will now obviously come in and check it out and probably buy, based on obviously the transition and change and stuff like that. So the transition was something that was in my head. You know, I wasn't really happy. I think earlier this year I wasn't really happy with the direction I was putting out there. So obviously something that I spoke highly about with the team and stuff like that, like how we wanted it changed and what we should do to go about it. Obviously it wasn't a straightforward process, because obviously these things do take time, but it's something that we wanted to change, but we had to think about doing it at the right time. So I feel like the timing we've done it has been spot on. I feel like we caught a few people off guard probably with the transition.
You did.
But we had to do it proper, like it had to be proper militant. We had to be proper like firm with it. And my thing was in my head is, cool, even if it doesn't go well within a month or two, I'm still sticking to this, because I need it drilled into everyone that we're stepping away, and this is what I want the brand to be going into. So luckily enough, it boomed. It did what it needed to do. It did very, very well, better than I expected. Done absolute sick. So obviously now we're stepping into that direction, and we're gonna keep stepping into that direction. So yeah, man, it was good. Change is good sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Change is good. Sometimes you just got to change things up. But yeah, I was the reason why that change happened, because I wasn't happy with what was putting out there. So I needed a change, and I thought, this is the best time to do it. And if we don't change now, then when? So we just a risk that we thought we would take after many years, and here we are. We're still here. So
it definitely paid off, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
I can see it, like I can really, really see it, bro. And it gassed me, because it's interesting you made the point about you not wanting to wear certain things anymore. Like, and I've kind of spoken about this on the pod before, where I feel like sometimes people feel too attached to certain things, well, particularly their own brand or the things that they were designing before, and it stops them from innovating.
100%.
Like, it stops them from being brave enough or emotionally strong enough to detach from something that was so powerful or so important to them. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I rate how brave you were in saying, you know what, look, I'm not feeling that type of stuff no more. I want us to make this, because you know that could have potentially lost you a lot of money, fam. But you were still willing to do it. And I rate that so highly, FB. So big up you on that. the main sort of questions I had from that are, what were the pieces that you say represent that transition? Because obviously I got mine in my head, but I would be intrigued to see which ones you would say. And two, you know, I forgot my other question, but I'll remember it. So what were the main pieces?
The dreams. So fully paid dreams. Obviously that is like proper the biggest driving point in the turnover. And with fully paid dreams, I feel like obviously just to put it out there, that's been in the pipeline for like 3 years. So this ain't nothing. That was nothing new. In terms of obviously for everyone else is new, but for us that wasn't nothing new. So like Fully Paid Dreams was designed when we was in our first ever office back then. So it was there, but it didn't look how it looks now, but the concept was there. Obviously at that in particular time we couldn't release them sort of things. Well, we could have, but that's not where our market was. So it was something that just got locked up in a laptop and stuff like that. So obviously when we were doing the transition change, obviously me and Lokes, obviously we always go back, look, reflect, and obviously Fully Paid Dreams is a concept that we've had back then. It was something that wasn't out to the public. So we're like, yeah, Fully Paid Dreams, this is what we should put out first. Do you know what I'm saying? To kind of like, you know what I'm saying, the dream's still alive, etc. And then obviously he went back to it and we were like, all right, cool. So he was like, all right, cool, we're going to put some changes on it. Add a different twist to it, because obviously this is an old concept, but we can switch it around. Few minor changes here and there, didn't take long to think, and then there we had it. And also as well, we also had the world, Fully Paid World as well. That did good as well. So we also wanted to put things like dreams, world. There'll be different sort of things popping up. You know what I'm saying? So with the dreams, it was like cool. Like the whole concept behind dreams is like we're still trying to keep the dream alive, regardless what anyone says. And the world one is like we're just in our own world, like Fully Paid World. We're in our own vision. We're in our own world. It's gonna be more that comes up, whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's more that's there, but that was the transition change in dreams, and yeah, good stuff to be fair.
Worked, man. I can't lie, especially hearing you talk about FB. I'm proper excited to see what you've got coming next. And I feel like that's a great position for a brand to be in, because it's interesting, because when you're producing the same things and making a lot of money, it's all good and well, but people no longer become excited.
No.
And because of that, people can start to switch off.
100%.
But now that you've reached this transition and it's like a new frontier for you, lot, I genuinely don't know what to expect next. I'm mad excited to see it. 100%. And I'm not the only person that's like that. I know. It's a huge opportunity for you guys. So 100%. I'm rooting for you lot. And the other question I forgot from before, I remember it now, I always remember, is basically, obviously, the Fully Paid Dreams tracksuit, for example, that's a different sort of clientele than, let's say like the blue tracksuit you have with the white Fully Paid on it. It's like a shell tracksuit type vibes.
Yeah.
I think that was for the France. You did that.
France.
For example, two different people are wearing these two tracksuits.
Yes.
As a brand that's transitioning, how do you kind of manage trying to cater to both those audiences?
I mean, obviously, like going forward anyway, like we're still gonna have like the dreams and the other stuff, like the flare stuff and stuff like that. But with the shell, obviously, we will not be doing them sort of shell tracksuits no more. We will be doing shell, but not like how you saw for France. There'll be a whole different twist to it. It'll look a bit more stylish, a bit more better and stuff like that. So we will be able to cater for them. It's just that it will look much different and much, everything will look much cleaner and a bit better. I feel like the France one was at a stage where we was still trying to dangle around and stuff like that. But shell tracksuits definitely are coming back, but it won't be like what we produced the first time. It'll be a bit different. Well, not a lot different anyway. So yeah,
that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
because my whole thing is like, the meaning of Fully Paid is so powerful, right?
Yeah.
That I want, and for me, I feel like you're so connected with youth. Which is what I love about the brand. And I want the youth to still be able to feel like they can wear Fully Paid. 100%. But sometimes it's almost like brands can be too gone to the point where certain people can't even afford it. So I'm always intrigued to see how brands still cater to that original core whilst also attracting new customers. And often especially within streetwear, often the new customers can be older people who can spend more money. So then you have higher ticket items and you have the lower ticket items. So I'm intrigued to see what that balance will kind of look like for you lot. You get what I mean?
Same. So am I. We're something we'll look into next year, and then we'll see from there. That will determine like what's gonna happen. But we'll still try and keep the youth side as much as possible, because obviously Yeah, man.
And really and truly, you'll just have the youths looking flyer, innit?
Yeah, those are the champs, man.
Yeah, exactly. They're the champs, bro. But you know, FP, like, this conversation's been wavy. I'm going to start rounding off with a couple things. Thank you for watching another episode of Where's My Podcast. If you ever want to take in future episodes on the go, you can find us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Whilst you're there, please leave us a 5-star review. It would really help. And also, don't forget to follow us on our Instagram, WMTV_LDN, to keep up to date with the latest goings on in UK fashion. Keep it locked.